Hello everyone, welcome to another session. Welcome to Digital Insights. This is where we learn different IT technologies and more insights to the platforms that we do know and we've interact with. I hope the last session was much educative to you. So continue to share the video, continue to comment on the channel. So because your feedback is much more important and to me, and your comments do help me every day to improve. So today we are going to learn how to design a CV using a PowerPoint. I know most of you do design their CVs using Word in Word format. But today we are going to try how we can be able to design a CV using PowerPoint. So with that, let's begin. So once you open your PowerPoint, the PowerPoint window just the way this is. So what you need to do is because already we have an existing slide, so we need to be able to add more slide on this end or this panel. So we are going to do away with the text areas. How do we do away with the text area? You highlight or click on the borders of the text area, then you delete. We delete. Once that is deleted, then the next step is to change the format of the slide. So how we are going to attain this, you click on design, then choose or click on slide size. It will give you more options to be able to change the slide format or the slide size. So you click on custom slide size. Once you click on it, a pop-up window will appear. On the pop-up window, change the size to A4 paper size. Then do not leave your presentation in landscape format. Change the orientation to portrait. Then click OK. Once you click OK, the next window will pop up. So on the next window, because we don't want to extend this to the maximum, we want it to fit to the maximum or to the minimum size of the window so that you can be able to see clearly of what the size will look like. Because if you choose the maximum size, the other parts will be hibernated, so you will be always scrolling up and down. So I'll choose ensure fit size. Okay. Once that is done, the orientation and the size of the slide will change. So once the slide, the presentation and the format has changed, or the size as well, you go back home, you go click insert, then click on shapes, then choose on the rectangle shape, drag it over. You can have it a halfway or a quarterly or within the middle. There we go. Ensure it covers until the end. There we go. Then change the color and remove the edges of the rectangle so that it is append to the slide and it is in uniform. If you don't do that, it will seems like uh, it is not on the same page, and it is just appended on the top of the background image or the background slide. So that is what we are going to do. So to do that, you come to shape and fill, change a little bit the color. So I'll not make it that much dark. I'll make it a little bit dark gray in that manner. Then I'll be able to do away with the outline boundaries. So when I click on no outline and click outside now, it seems like it's in uniform. So that is the most important to do. That is the reason why we have done away with the edges, because at the moment now you see it is append properly on the slide, but then it was looking like it's kind of floating over the slide. It wasn't looking that nice in design. So that is that. Then we come here. Then we want to add our image. If you want to add your image, first of all, you have to ensure that all your image is saved in your drive or on your desktop. So we come and check. Let's go and check on my logos. Let's see what we have. There we go. Add image, insert. Let's say that's your image. Have it over there. Once the image is done, on the same the format area, click on the crop. Click on the crop. So we need to ensure that the image is cropped, but we want to crop our image in an oval. We want to ensure the edges are in oval shape. So we are going to change that. So to change that, we click on the drop down menu under the crop, and we get more functions. So under the functions, we get crop to shape. Then we change the shape into square. We change from square to circle. Then we click. Once you click, we go back again. We need to ensure that the rationale of the circle is equal or equivalent. You click on crop again, drop down arrow, and choose on aspect ratio 1:1. There we go. So if we choose aspect ratio 1:1, we are able to resize our image exactly to the size of a circle. Then we click crop, we undo with the crop, then we push this one, we ensure we fit it properly there. There we go. The next thing that we need to do now is to add text. We we need to add text. So for us to be able to add text, you can insert, then you choose text box. So this is what will give us the text area. So we click on it, drag it over. Before we type anything, let us change the size, the font size. We can change the font size, and we can change the text color. The text color, we can leave it at red. We can change it to the color that we do want. We do like. Can choose it. That will be okay. Then we ensure it is bold enough. Double click in or right click, then edit text. So when you edit text, you can be able to insert text. So let's say my name is John Doe. John Doe. Highlight the text. Sorry. Don't highlight everything, but let us try to highlight the text only. We need to increase the size. Sorry for that. Let us increase the size of our text. Let's see your change. Okay, and let us increase this. There we go. Then we align it to the center. Better now. Then we highlight it closer. Then that is done. We duplicate the text area, Control D, drag it down. Then change that. Change your type in your professionalism. You are a journalist, you are a web designer, you are a programmer, software developer, and so forth. So let's see, I'm a software developer. Or let's say I don't want the text to overlap, but even if it overlaps, we can be able to reduce the font size. So let's say I'm a web developer or designer. There we go. Highlight that, reduce the size, the font size. Let's have it at 32. Perfect. There we go. Again, we're gonna duplicate our text. As I said, if you want to duplicate the text area, you click Control plus D button, the D button that will enable you to duplicate that, your text area. Highlight, then change that to proficiency Scale. Scales. Again, we can highlight the whole text, minimize on the font size, around 24. Then we change the color. Let's try which color will be okay over there. Yes, I think that one is readable. We highlight on that. Be very careful when you are highlighting because it might distort your arrangements. So once that is done, the proficiency is in place. Duplicate the field. There we go. There we go. Worry. It is coming up well. It's better we do it in the right way and get it right. So my proficiency is, let's say, Photoshop. Let's list them one by one. Another one is let's say in design. Sorry, in design. Then let's duplicate that field again. Let's add, let's say, sorry, highlighted the whole thing. Yes, MS Office. Let's say these are the proficiency levels I do have. So what we can do, see if we can highlight all this. Sorry, I'm able to highlight the two. Yes. Let's see if we can change the color. There we go. So you can be able to change the color. That's nice. And we can be able to push them a little bit there. That is done. You go back to insert, go to shape, click on the oval. So we want to be able to know the achievements. How well are we conversant with each and every whatever we have listed over there. So we duplicate that. We duplicate in that manner. This has not been realigned well. Yes. Yes. Then this one has not been realigned well. We need to realign it perfectly. in designing you need to learn realigning your design very well. You not left other things outside, because if you do, it's gonna mess your project. So it's gonna mess you up. So let's adjust this so that within these circles we do have spaces. Good. So what we can do, spaces are not good enough, are not aligned properly. Good. Perfect. So we highlight the circles. And then we do away with the edges. No outline. We don't want to change the colors, we want to retain the colors. So what we do, we duplicate, drag this over, align it to that position. Again, duplicate, align it properly. There we go. Perfect. We go to the next one. We highlight the whole thing area. We duplicate, and we carry it over. Sorry for that. Let's undo the process again. Duplicate. Here we need to be very, very cautious how we do things. There we go. Change all this. Change to professional scales. You must put your alignment into proper consideration. If not, you will be messed up. Change that to, let's say, HTML. Right. Change this to JavaScript. And change that to WordPress. Adjust the 3 to the left hand side. Adjust this to the left hand side. Adjust this a little bit to the left hand side. And adjust this a little bit. There we go. You can also adjust this. You can adjust this. and adjust this. You might wonder why it's taking a long time. I know we are going to be there in a few minutes. Don't worry. Once all this realigning and it's done, we'll get it right. But so far so good. I want us to get it right. If we get our design right, we're in the right track. We are right there. We pushed it a little bit to the end. This as well. There we go. Highlight this again. Highlight this. And duplicate. Duplicate. Let me zoom in a little bit. Drag it, whatever you've duplicated. Oh, we've missed one. Don't worry. We are in the right place. Let's change this. Personal skill. Have it in the right position. Duplicate. Push it upward. There we go. Change the text. Change the text. There we go. So once that is done, pick up the circles. And change the text, the color. Let's change the color. Perfect. Let's change the color. So within that, we are done with one section. Let's go to the other section or this side. So for you to be able to do, we're going to the other level. You come to insert, click on the rectangle, drag your rectangle over, draw your shape, draw in your shape, sorry, have it again, draw it till to the end, enlarge it a little bit, adjust it to the above. There we go. Sure it's up to the end. Yeah, that's nice. Pick up this cycle, duplicate, bring it here. And bring the text, duplicate the text area. Duplicate. Change the text. Change the text to about me. Highlight the text. Change the text color. Have it black. Minimize on the size. Minimize on the size. Perfect. Come to shapes. Insert a line. Underline. Then change that, bold it, that's okay. I'm sure it fits very well, because if it doesn't, it will look awkward. Perfect. Oh, you can make it short. There we go. There we go. And push a little bit. Wait a little bit on top. There we go. Alright, so what we do, we double that text area. Then we write something about us. Can give a brief. So you can write some So you can write something briefly about yourself that attracts your interviewers, and describing that describes also your passions and your hobbies. So we can be able to reduce the size. I hope that is okay. And we align it to the left a little bit. We enlarge this. Then we do unbold this. There we go. I hope that's okay. You can see. So the next step is to highlight this, the whole of this. And duplicate. Drag it downwards. Away with that. Duplicate it again. Drag it. Duplicate this again. Drag it. Push it below so that we have what to add over here. So change the text, education background. Or education level. Okay, there we go. This looks nice. We duplicate. We're not going to duplicate the line. Duplicate the line. So with the line, what we're going to do is to change the size of the line. So we are going to rotate it first. -90 degrees. Then we are going to change the size. So we'll change this one to 1. .5. It's much. Let's do away with that. Reduce this. Good. Duplicate that. Minimize the size. There we go. And I light this as well. Then what you need to do, duplicate, drag this beneath, leave a little bit of space. There we go. Then highlight that, and what you're going to do is to group them. So to group this, you're going to have Control G. There we go. So the shapes have been grouped well, the way it should be. So I hope you are watching very well, and it looks nice. It looks nice. So we are going to go ahead and add the text. So what you're going to do, click on the text, drag it, add your text. So this is where we are going to list what so far we have achieved in terms of education. When did we graduate? Do we have certificate or a diploma or a degree or master's? Whichever. Let's say in 2020. Bring it over there. There we go. 2020. Let's say duplicate this, the text, have it down here. let's change this a little bit. Let's have 2015. So in 2020, we duplicate this, duplicate, push it to the right, change the text, change the text. Let's say you had bachelor degree in education or in software development. Let's give it a gig like software. Let's give it bachelor degree in software development. That's okay. So let's bold it a little bit. No, I can do with that. I can color it, give it a color. We don't want the background color, but we want to give it a text color. So text color. Give it blue. Not that bad. Then we duplicate. We change the text. City name. Sorry for that. That is part of security. So we get to continue. Then once you added that, you duplicate the text area again. Bring it down. Where is the location? Where is the university located? Let's say Nairobi. Boy, sorry for the interruption. These are part of my security. Duplicate this again and give us a little bit of narrative about your degree. Write some something brief about your degree. change this color. There we go. Same, we duplicate. Let's duplicate. Bring it there, change this. In case instead of doing the same thing one by one, we can carry the whole thing. Can highlight this, the whole of this. Can carry the whole of this. Highlight that, then duplicate. And carry it over. Rearrange it and just change the text. So let's say we have certificate in computer. UDF College. Within Nairobi, give it a brief description. We are done. We go to the next part. We highlight the whole of this. Bring it up. I hope we are getting somewhere and learning something. Change this. Our work experience. So we give a description about our work experience. So is that alignment to the right. Let's try to bring it back. That's okay. So let's give it, let's add our work experience that we do have. Let us now add that. Because that is part and parcel of us writing the CV. Right? So I hope until there things are okay. Bring it a little bit down, so that we have enough space. There we go. We'll adjust. So I hope our format is coming very well, aligned properly, aligned properly. Yes, aligned properly. There we go. So let us add our working experience. So what are we going to do? We're going to add text. Let's say 2021. Then duplicate. And give it submit. That is, add some information. Give us the company name. You've worked with. Highlight this. Change the color. Yeah. Duplicate this. Change the text. Work position. Duplicate the field. Area, location. Add it. Duplicate it again. Write something brief. Write something brief about your experience. There we go. Good. So the next thing to be done, duplicate. So I highlight all of this. Sorry, highlight. Did all of that. Duplicate. Change. Let's say 2018. Give us the company name, work experience, and a brief description. Highlight this. Pull it upwards. There we go. Highlight it, put it a little bit red. Right, we are almost there. Don't worry, guys. Contact or contacts. Oh, we relate it to the right. There we go. Then we add the contacts. Now the contacts. We add the contacts. I hope this is coming up very well. Very well. It looks so amazing. So what you're going to do, we come to insert. Go to insert picture. Remember already these images were already saved in our PC. So it's just a matter of selecting. So what you're going to do, you're going to highlight all that and insert. Drag them. Reduce the size of the icons. The images need not to be in. The images need to be in a PNG format. And do not forget that. If they are in PNG format, they will sync very, very well and very nice. So there we go. It's a little bit bigger. Yes, I said it's okay. Perfect. Then we add text. Our text area, highlight there. So let's say our email is djohn or doejohn at gmail.com. It can be Gmail, Hotmail, whichever domain that you're using. It doesn't matter. Then resize it. Align it properly. There we go. duplicate, have it here, insert the phone number. Let's say plus 221 that and that. So align it properly. There we go. And finally, we are done. It takes time, but it's worth it. We have now our CV designed properly in PowerPoint. So let's have a look at our presentation. There we go. There is our CV. How does it look? That's the end of our presentation. Please keep on subscribing, keep on liking, comment on our YouTube channel for more of this. This is just a test, but more to come. Thank you so much for listening to me, and thank you so much for joining. Bye bye.